In 2019, Zion Williamson was supposed to be the future of the NBA, a 6'6", 280-pound force of nature with the explosiveness of a guard and the power of a center. Some people even believed he could become the next LeBron James. But just a few years later, that future suddenly looked very different. Injuries, missed seasons, criticism about conditioning, and constant questions about his commitment to the game.
This is the first time that I'm gonna sit and watch Zion play a full game. He's not in shape. He doesn't run. He plays the game strictly on talent.
So what really happened to Zion Williamson? Before Zion ever stepped onto an NBA court, he had already become a global phenomenon. His high school mixtapes went viral across the internet. Massive dunks, unreal athleticism, plays that looked like they came straight out of a video game. When Zion committed to Duke,
I will be joining the Brotherhood of Duke University.
the hype only grew bigger. Every game felt like a national event. Fans packed arenas just to watch him play. And Zion delivered. During his one season at Duke, he averaged nearly 23 points and 9 rebounds per game. He dominated college basketball with a combination of power and explosiveness that the sport had rarely seen before. By the time the NBA draft arrived, there was no debate. Zion Williamson was the clear #1 pick.
With the first pick in the 2019 NBA Draft, the New Orleans Pelicans select Zion Williamson from Duke University.
The New Orleans Pelicans selected Zion with the first pick in the 2019 NBA Draft. But almost immediately, concerns began to appear. Before he even played a regular season game, Zion suffered a knee injury that delayed his debut. Still, when he finally stepped on the court, he showed exactly why the hype existed. Zion was unstoppable. He scored with ease around the rim, bullied defenders in the paint, and finished plays with jaw-dropping power. In his first full season, he averaged over 27 points per game. At just 20 years old, Zion became one of the most dominant young scorers in the entire league. By 2021, he was already an NBA All-Star. The Pelicans looked like they had their franchise superstar. But behind the scenes, problems were starting to grow. For a player built on explosive athleticism, Zion's body became his biggest challenge. Foot injuries began to pile up. Rehabilitation took longer than expected. And suddenly, Zion was missing more and more time. At one point, he missed an entire season. The conversation around him began to change. Instead of talking about his highlights, fans started asking a different question. Could Zion stay healthy? And as the injuries continued, another criticism started to appear: his conditioning. Throughout multiple seasons, Zion faced constant criticism about his weight and conditioning.
I saw the brother go to the free throw line. He looked like he had a belly. He looked like he had a belly. It is shameful. You got chefs in New Orleans. I'm not exaggerating. I'm quoting people. You got chefs in New Orleans who love him. They're looking for him. Every chef there wants to meet him.
Some analysts believed his explosive playing style put too much stress on his body. Others questioned whether he was taking his preparation seriously enough.
If he loved the game of basketball, he would get his weight under control. He would take training serious. There is no possible way you can say you love something and then go out and do the things that's totally opposite of what you're saying.
The Pelicans organization remained patient. They signed Zion to a massive contract extension and continued to build around him. But every time he returned to the court, there was a lingering concern. Would he stay healthy this time? When Zion did play, he still looked incredible. Powerful drives.
Counts if it goes, it will. How about strength?
Explosive dunks.
He'll run. He restarted and then took another run at the rack, and it is still.
Dominance in the paint.
Out of the spin. Whoa! Go to the line. What a finish. And at that time, he actually spun.
But the availability problem never fully disappeared. And in the NBA, the harsh reality is simple. Talent alone isn't enough if you can't stay on the court. Now, Zion Williamson's career sits at a crossroads. When healthy, he still has the potential to be one of the most dominant players in basketball. Few players in NBA history have combined power, explosiveness, and scoring ability the way Zion does. But the biggest question remains the same. Can he stay healthy long enough to reach that potential? Because if Zion can solve the injury issues, his story could still become one of the greatest comebacks in the NBA. But if the injuries continue, the player who once looked like the future of the league may become one of the biggest what-ifs in modern basketball. Zion Williamson's story is still being written, and whether it ends in redemption or disappointment will depend on what happens next. But one thing is certain, few careers in NBA history have had a rise this explosive and a future this uncertain. If you want more NBA stories like this, the rises, the falls, and the moments that changed everything, subscribe to Scripted Sports.